guys, welcome back to another reaction video and thoughts here on Our Eyes Your Eyes. I'm ready to watch episode 4 of season 3 of Mob Psycho 100. But before starting this video, I just want to remind you to subscribe to the channel, click on the notification bell, leave a like to support me, and feel free to join me till the end of this amazing story, because the third season is the final season, and join me with many other adventures on the channel. So stay tuned and keep on watching me. Okay, in the previous episode we understood that there is this entity that I think it's Dimple, who's trying to create this sort of religion, even if to me it's like a cult. And let's see if Dimple can make it, but I don't think so, because Mob will try to find a way to stop him. Are you ready to join me with this? Check it out. No, it's because you didn't care about him from the beginning. That's why. Yeah. Because everyone is thinking the same. See? This is something crazy. Oh, come on. Don't you understand that it's all fake? Yeah, because he is like him, but at the same time, it's Dimple. In fact, that's what I supposed to say in the previous episode. But at the same time, Reagan is happy, so he can use a mob when he wants. Exactly. In fact, there were the roots over there too. But the culprit is, it's the impole too, but it's also the broccoli, yeah. But at this point, it's better than being asked to be part of a cult. But, but please, this is reality, okay? This is what's happening even nowadays. It's a normal candy. Maybe it's tasting a matcha instead of a broccoli. Vitality. Come on. Oh, Thank you very much. It's normal because there's nothing special. Because all these things are brainwashing them. Yes! That's why they are all controlled or they are all brainwashed. Yeah, but I think it's because of Dimple, because Dimple wanted to control everyone thanks to that. Whoa! Good job, Daru! This barrier is created by Dimple. Show me that I'm right. Okay. No, it's not him. No, don't confuse it. Exactly. No, it's Dimple, in my opinion. My god. He could brainwash him just by looking at him. No, but the voice is a little bit different. Is it true? No, Teru, no. No. Whoa! Yes! Yes! Good job, Teru! Blessing. No. I thought it was the import, but I'm wrong at this point. But no way! Yes! Yes! Exactly. Yeah. That's great, it means that even Mob can defeat him, definitely. Whoa! No, that was amazing. Is that it? Let's see. What was that? No, it's regenerating. Oh no. See? What a blessing. He's brainwashed already. Eh, that's why I was saying it's better to find a job you're happy with. Exactly. Exactly. Whoa. Oh my. He tried to defeat it, but it was not possible. Oh no. Even Tero is. He regenerates. He knows his name, so. Yes, I was right. No, Dimple. No, he doesn't. No, that's wrong. No, but at this point, I think Mob is going to confront him. I mean, he's going to confront Dimple. Yeah, there's no way that he can beat him now. Hmm, you are watched actually. This popularity was just a mere illusion. I mean, he was watched, but not with the intention that he meant. In the ocean. That's big. Yeah, but how can you transport it to the ocean? Okay, that mob has psychic power, but in fact, but piano can't be compared with that dimension. No, it's all good for health at all. But no way, Reagan. No, I think Ritsu is starting thinking. And no, he's brainwashed already. But come on. I'm happy that now the president of this council, the student council, is realizing that there is something wrong. It's not just an opinion, they are just brainwashed. Yeah, unfortunately, yes. No, I'm happy that Ritsu was not brainwashed too. No, they seem to be innocent or not harming others, but they do. It's just that they don't realize they are doing it. No, don't eat that. No, don't do that. No. Oh no. No! No, what are you doing? Ma no, no! No, please. No, don't eat that. No! Later, in fact, but Ritsu ate it already. He's already brainwashed them. I think Moba realized that there was something wrong in his brother. No. No, no. Absolutely no. Since the moment he ate the candy. To try to... In fact, good job, Reagan. No. No, don't drink that. Peacefully? No, you're just forcing them to join. It's different. The typical way in which cons behave. Yes, run away. It's the best thing. Yeah, run as fast and as far as you can. No, no. Yeah. Don't eat that. Wait, it means that Moba can't go home now. Because Ritsu is going home and... Oh my... What the F? They are surrounded. Yeah. No, go away, come on. Listen, they are surrounded now. I mean, is there a place that they can go in which they are not going to be found? That's scary, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with Reagan. Dimple. Unbelievable. But it's his nature. Yes. Mm-hmm. Good job, Mob. Because he's pretending to be the founder. That's true. but not a leader that is imposing his will on others by brainwashing them. And that's what I told you in the previous episode. That people always need a figure to worship and whatever. So, but it's different. He's brainwashing. I don't think so. No, I don't think he is. No, I don't want that. No, Mob doesn't agree with this. No. Is he brainwashed? No. Who cares? He goes. Oh my. What the F? He could erase the brainwash thing in all of them, huh? Two founders? No, there's no founder. Okay, guys. First of all, I was right because the founder is a Dimple. I mean, the fake founder. There's no founder here, but people created this rumor there that there should have been a founder of these psychic power, etc., from the beginning of Mob Psycho 100. As soon as the people were realizing this immense power that Mob had, and they were trying to search for him here and there. But yeah, Dimple, I don't want to say he lost his mind because he is not a human being, he's just an entity. I mean, it's a evil spirit, but you can't recognize Dimple as before. In these previous two seasons, we were used to see Dimple as the friend of Mob and the one who was rescuing Mob in the worst cases. But now we see that Dimple prefers to go back at what he was before. That means an evil spirit, and to take the control of everyone thanks to this huge broccoli. And it's hilarious even to say that, but just to let you understand how a broccoli can become so important if people start believing this. But in this episode, we understand that Dimple is trying to brainwash all these people to stay under him. And by doing this, he believes that by having the control of everyone, he can rule on them. He can decide who to brainwash, who is not going to be brainwashed, who wants to say one thing, who wants to say another thing. I mean, can they be brainwashed not just because they eat candies or they drink, but just because they smell? I mean, just because they are breathing. Because I noticed that Reagan didn't eat the candy, but at the same time, he was saying these sentences in which you could understand that he started being brainwashed somehow. So is it because he's breathing and the air is already polluted, and even if they breathe, it means that they are brainwashed already? Because I could see in a certain scene that the broccoli was surrounded by this yellow air, as if everything is contaminated and the city is not as before. So what I'm saying is, what if Reagan was brainwashed just because he was breathing, not because he was eating, drinking, or whatever? If that's so, I am happy that Mob keeps wanting to go ahead with that, and he wants to confront the founder. When other people were saying, "Oh, the real founder is back," I was like, maybe they stopped being brainwashed. But then when they said that we have two founders, oh no, come on. I really can't wait to see what's going to happen between Mob and Dimple. I told you already in the previous episodes that my fear was that one day they would have met and they would have confronted each other. So there's the chance that Dimple is going to lose, because I don't think that Mob will lose anyway. And if that's the case, it means that Dimple has to say goodbye to him. So maybe by confronting him and by defeating him, it would be so sad, because Mob is not the type of person that wants to confront his friends or to try to destroy them, right? But in the case of Dimple, he has to do that, because otherwise the result is that the city is not going to go ahead as before and people are going to suffer because of him. They are going to be brainwashed forever, and this is not something that has to be done. So when I was telling you that these religious people, or anyway, these people are going under this cult now, that is brainwashing them, that is forcing them to think anything else from what they were believing before. This is not a miracle. This is not a blessing. That's just forcing other people. That's something like a curse instead. And I appreciated the fact that Mob is resolute and doesn't admit this, doesn't like this at all. Maybe Mob cannot be brainwashed because of his psychic powers, and he can erase immediately the possibility to be brainwashed. I really hope so. At this point, I hope that even Teru is going not to be brainwashed, because as you could see, even Teru at a certain point was about to be brainwashed, but then he could wake up once again and he could punch Dimple, so he was not brainwashed anyway anymore. So what I'm saying is that, is Teru going to be part of Mob's side? I mean, is Teru going to help Mob in these? I really hope so, because as always, I told you this, I don't think that Mob will be able to confront Dimple, and they are going to face each other and they are going to fight. I mean, Mob is going to confront him by himself. I think that he really needs help. So I hope that others are coming to help him, but at the same time, he will suffer quite a lot. I think that Mob throughout this story developed his skills, he grew quite a lot, but he also suffered a lot. At the beginning of the episode, when he was not corresponded by these two girls who were trying to ask him out for a date, and then they didn't even come, I felt so sad for him, because it seemed that they didn't even care about him anymore, just because they were brainwashed, of course, but also because you understand what I told you in the previous episode. People are so fragile, are so weak, that they just need a figure over there to worship, or they just need to believe that there's something almighty, that it's going to protect them, that it's going to forgive them, that it's going to be superior than them and judge them. In this case, we can make a parallelism with a religion, because that's how it is. I mean, we always believe that there's a God who's going to punish us if we don't do certain things, that we have to pray to him every single day, that we believe that it exists even if we don't see it. I mean, all of these are things, I think, that yeah, this is a huge critique on society and how we are, especially in our real world. So I appreciate that the mangaka is putting some question marks about human beings' behavior, what to do, what not to do, or the fact that he's describing how human beings are so easily and so obviously that you can't disagree. I mean, even in our real world, there are people who believe to cults just because they are too weak and they are too sensitive, and that's why they are caught inside of this sort of a trap, right? I think that even this city of Shigeo is having the same curse to be so fragile or to attach themselves to something in the hopeless moments or when they think that everything is not going to be right anymore. And that's why all these people were easily brainwashed because they were mentally fragile. But I don't think that that's the case of Mob, because even if he thinks that he's not even noticed, that he's not becoming popular, that he doesn't have the sort of qualities that he needs to have in order to conquer the heart of a woman or a girl, I think that Mob has this strength that he doesn't give up on his ideas and he is going on the opposite side. I really appreciated when Mob said, Reagan, are you brainwashed? You don't want me to go, but I go instead. We kind of perceive this scene in two ways, because was Reagan really brainwashed or not? Because at a certain point I was thinking yes, but then I might think that no, that he isn't. And maybe Mob felt under this brainwash thing. I really hope not. It's a little bit confusing, but we will see it in the next episodes definitely. Who was brainwashed and who was not. Probably Reagan was not brainwashed, but he was just interpreting his own way to see this thing because of what I told you before, that people feel unsure to believe that there's not a God that can protect them. There's not a God that you can pray at. I'm wondering if in our real world one day it will be demonstrated the fact that there is no God existing. I can't even imagine how people who believe in God, how they will react. They will maybe think, oh, I wasted my time believing that there was a God when there's not. I was mocked. I was brainwashed. Look, sometimes I hope that these sort of things are happening. So I wanted to see the reaction of all the people who can get in touch with this info, just as a mere curiosity, because I would like to see if these people are getting desperate because of it or they feel relieved instead. Never say never. But going back to what I was telling you before, I felt sorry for Mob because I think a Mob deserves attention. And when he thought that he was attracting other girls to him, or the girls were looking at him, yeah, maybe they were doing something like this, but they were just spies. I mean, they were just looking at him, and that's why he felt watched, because I think that Dimple, by brainwashing all these people, he wanted to control where Mob was, what he was doing, or maybe Dimple wanted him to believe that he was becoming popular, so he could have had the chance to bring Mob on his side. But it's not happening because Mob is independent. Mob doesn't need to follow others. Mob knows that now more than ever it's time for him to do what he wants to do. And his conviction is quite inspirational. I really like Mob as a first character, but as a character in general, because he has the guts to confront others by knowing his limits, but also by knowing the limits of others that they are in front of him. So that's why I think that this main character, except for his psychic powers, he has a huge power that his moral values that are even more important at this point than the psychic powers, because if a human being has a great moral values, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like as if you feel clean because you think that you know how to behave well in the right circumstance. And that's a sort of a power that we think that we have when people are saying, oh, I have moral values, oh, my values are quite deep and important. Now we are thinking that what we are has to be praised, right? That's not Mob's case, of course, but I think that we should praise his moral values, the fact that he is ready to wait there an entire day for these girls who are not coming. He's not getting angry at them. He feels sad. He feels sorry because he thinks that he made a mistake and they didn't. He is empathic. He is sensitive. He is strong mentally speaking, except for the power he has. At the same time, his resolution, the way in which he is not giving up just because there is a difficult moment happening, that's quite admirable, and that's his real strength, in my opinion. So I hope that Dimple is going to understand how wrong he is becoming, and maybe just for the fact that he is an evil spirit, the fact that he wants to go back to what he was makes him feel so satisfied. But that's a way to choose, because once he wants to go back at what it was before and Mob is not joining him, it means that Mob has to defeat him. So anyway, we are reaching a point in which Mob, little by little, is moving away from all these presences or people that were around him in order to build his future. It's like as if throughout these previous seasons, he was acquiring knowledge about how to behave, about how to approach others, about being more responsible, about being able to choose what to do, etc., etc. I mean, he had all the elements on the table that were granted because of the fact that Mob got in touch with all these people and presences and whatever. But now that he is ready to move by himself and he's ready to start his own path, that it's made of uncertainty, but it's also the path that he wants to choose to do, it's a moment in which he has to separate from the past, from everything that happened so far. Otherwise, there will be no change. So maybe we can start with the Dimple, and then he will get rid of this part-time job with Reagan, and then he will choose what to do. Maybe he's going to confess to Tsubomi-chan, or maybe he's not even going to confess to her because he understands that he doesn't care about her as before. So as you can see, there should be a moment of change, a moment in which you're not satisfied anymore about what you achieved, but you want more, you want something else, something new. And I think that for Mob this is going to happen. I think that he is going to confront this situation of now, and that one day he's going to go on his path by himself. If that's the case, I agree with this. I mean, I agree that Mob is not stuck over there, but he keeps moving and he keeps going ahead. Because that's how it should be. I mean, life, it's constant change. And we can't prevent these events from changing us, because that's how life is. And that's why we start in a way, but we end in another way. We can't be the same as usual, right? But at the same time, it's quite sad because he has to confront one of the friends that helped him so far. And it's not easy to tell him goodbye. It's not easy to separate from him. I'm pretty sure that we will get emotional as always. So I am happy to follow this story also because it's quite realistic. I mean, it's depicting a sort of reality that we also in our world live. Especially when Reagan was saying everyone needs a leader or something. Yeah, that's what I told you before. But at the same time, sometimes it's better not to have a leader to follow. Sometimes it's better to create our own individuality by thinking what we really think, without being scared to be lonely, or without being scared because we don't want to stay under somebody else. We just need to be more courageous and believe that we all have potentials, and there's no need to be guided by someone, or we don't have to be afraid and say, okay, anyway, he's on top of me, so he is going to handle this situation. No, sometimes it's better if we confront the situations, if we take responsibility and we don't give this responsibility to leaders or to others, but we choose. And we don't let other people choose for us. That's what Bob wants to do, actually. He's tired to follow what other people are saying, and that's why I really love him. I like when there are these outsiders who are telling you through literature, through legends, through movies, through anime, through whatever, that you can be the leader of yourself. There's not necessarily the need to have a leader in front of you or on top of you. We are different individuals, and each of us is a leader of ourselves. So we don't have to forget about that. That's why let's see what's going to happen now, because I really want to see when they meet, when Dimple and Mob meet, what Mob is telling him, because let me tell you, I always love Mob's statements. They are clear, simple, efficient, marvelous. They are going straight to the point. They are honest, and there is not up and down sentences that they are just catchy. And no, he is direct. He knows what to say with a few words, and he is catching the right point. So I wanted to see how he's going to approach Dimple and what he has to tell him. That's the most important thing. Anyway, thank you so much for the support, guys. Thank you for subscribing to the channel and click on the notification bell, and see you next time with episode 5 of season 3 of Mob Psycho 100. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye, guys. See you in the next video.